I want to jump to this post here from our good friends over at 2X Chromosomes on Reddit. A top post says, delete your dating apps. No more women on dating apps is the only language men speak. Plus, the less time you spend on Tinder, the more time you can spend protesting at the courthouse. Edit. To all men coming on here crying about how you're against this, of course you are. That's the point. F off. You know what I love about this? The kind of guy that's going to go to these women and be like, please don't leave the dating app. But I'm for abortion. Like
I'm an ally.
I'm an ally. It's like
I'm a good guy.
they're just angering their own side. These men who are doing what they want. Meanwhile, conservatives are like, no, wait, don't delete your dating apps.
Well, look, it just goes to show you that like feminists don't like male feminists either.
Yeah, I mean, who does? Who does? No, but I think it's funny that this is the consistent argument. So we have this one post says, I deleted mine a while ago, but before this leak, I was just starting to consider trying again. Nope, F it. I'll stick to a vibrator in my imagination. Mr. Buzzy can't get me pregnant, can't lie about not having an STI, and doesn't care if I also see Mr. Rabbit or look at a Hitachi at the store. Yo, this is, there's, what's the right word? I don't want to say they're crazy, but they're kind of crazy to not understand the nuance in what's happening here. That they don't know what conservatives think about this. They've probably never even spoken to someone who is anti-abortion about what's really going on and why they think it. And the fact that these women probably live in blue states. I genuinely do not understand. I don't believe they actually know what they're arguing for or against.
Do you think that's what they're doing outside the Supreme Court justice houses? They're like deleting Tinder. They're like, we're not.
They're like, look,
online
Kavanaugh, now you're not going to see me. You're going to be able to swipe, delete.
There are so many examples of the left circling back and coming back to traditional like social positions through like a back door. You know, I remember a few months ago, I was listening to Jordan Peterson interview this child psychologist from Canada. Apparently he's a big wig. He won like the Nobel Prize of Child Psychology or whatever. And he was he deals with like designing state interventions for children in disadvantaged homes and studies like how this affects their antisocial behavior, their violent behavior and stuff as they get older. And so he's describing how all these different programs would work. And he's describing this one in the middle. He says, so what we'll do is we'll have a social worker that'll come into the house, you know, of a single mother who maybe doesn't have any experience, doesn't really know like how to handle certain things when the kid does this or does that, how they're trying to communicate. And the social worker will be there who has this experience, who can kind of tell them like, oh, this is what the kid is trying to do, and like kind of walk them through these processes. And Peterson kind of pauses for a minute and he goes, well, that sounds like a grandmother. And it's like, then I realized everything he had been describing were just bureaucratic replacements for all of the things that have been lost over the last several decades. And that was one of them. And this is kind of, it just sort of happens that way.